Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tommy Zamp, and today I wanted to go over my favorite electric guitar riffs from ZEP 3. So guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am Tommy Zamp, and I play guitar and get the let out. We are a Led Zeppelin tribute, and we tour all over the country. We even do a few shows every year in Canada. So if you're interested in coming and checking out one of the shows, you can go to the website, gtlorocks.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And, hit me up on Instagram when you're coming out. I'd love to meet you guys after the show. I come out afterwards. I meet some people who are still there and hang out and say hi. So, anyway, my job with Get the Let Out is to do my best to recreate the riffs of the one and only Mr. Jimmy Page. So I've done a deep dive into a lot of the Zeppelin records, and I'm not saying I'm an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I try and get it as close to record as humanly possible every night. So sometimes I'm a little hard on myself. I've even done videos on that. You can see the gig fail I did here. I was really mad at myself that night. Anyway, played 3 little bad notes and it just ruined my whole night. But so that's what I do. I'm kind of getting over a little head congestion right now, so apologies if I sound a little nasally. I gotta love the weather right now. So I also wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been helping me out with my goal. My goal from September of 2023 when I started this channel was for an entire year release 1 video every week. And I did that. And then when I achieved that goal on Halloween of 2024, I said, hey, my next goal for the next year, I want to reach 5,000 subscribers. And you guys have been unbelievable. Thank you so much for helping me get to where I am now. I believe it's just around 4,500, and I'm almost there for my goal, and I gave myself an entire year. So if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. It does wonders for my channel. It helps me out here and what I'm doing. And make sure you leave me some comments in below and let me know if you're enjoying these videos. But with all of that kind of out of the way, why don't I stop talking and sound nasally and start playing some Jimmy Page riffs? All right, what do you say? All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first track on ZEP 3 is Immigrant Song, and that's the first track I want to talk about today. So let's have a listen, and then we'll go over it. Now this is just the guitar and drums. Now the vocals come in. Here comes the bass. And you also hear the trem guitar, da da, doing those hits too. It's awesome, right? So let's go over that riff real quick. So it's in F sharp, right? So I'm playing my telly into this bad cat right here that's going into the aux box, then going into my Apollo. I'm not playing any pedals, no overdrives, no fuzz, nothing. Just guitar, amp. Here you go. All right. I kind of dialed in a tone, trying to get it close. I'm not trying to match it for these videos. I'm just, trying to have some fun here, have some fun with you guys. So the riff is in F sharp, right? So if we listen to the way it opens, you can hear, I don't know if it's Bonham or somebody else, but they're talking, and you hear them go 3, 4, so pay attention. Now, can you hear that? He's going, right? So one of the things that I wanted to point out too with this riff is it's not actually super heavy. Like a lot of ZEP tunes, it's not super gainy. It's really not. So here we go. Listen to that again. That's where the trem hits come in. That's cool. So that's the riff. So what you're doing is there's a little bit of a pickup. Your open E kind of hammers down on that F sharp, right? And from there, I always play with my pinky. It's just the way it fits better in my hand. A, E, back to A, right? So do that again. Okay, and then the next the chords from there are just A, B, and C. That's the whole song. So let's just go ahead and listen to that one more time and play along with me. What do you say? Vocal. Hits. Yeah, man. It's such a driving rock song. It's a great way to open up a record, and that's why it's one of my favorite riffs off of this album. It's really not super complicated. It's pretty easy to play, and I think you'll enjoy it. So have some fun with it, and if you got any questions on it, let me know in the comments below. Let's go on to the next song. All right, guys, so I just switched guitars. The next song that I wanted to go over with you guys is Celebration Day. Now, this song has a very cool intro, and we'll listen to it while I talk right now. But when the band kicks in on that main riff, that's what I wanted to point out. This riff, it's so powerful when it comes in, but it's only changing the second half of it, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in a second. But this is part of the genius of Jimmy Page. So let's take a listen and play along.
And it seems that pretty soon everybody's gonna
All right, so what I was talking about being different in the second half of it is the first part. Let's break it down, right? So when it kicks in, it's C to A, and then he's taking a G and bending it up to an A with a little bit of vibrato. And then the second part, he goes that same lick, then goes to the lower octave G, brings that up to an A. So it's the same riff, he's just playing it in two different positions, which is pretty rad. Like, it's not overly complicated, but to come up with something like that, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the cat. I always thought Jimmy Page played really cool licks, and when I got this gig, trying to learn his stuff and be as close to the record as humanly possible, I really started to pick up on some of the intricate, some of the little nuances that he puts in, and it just made me think about, like, where was he in his brain when he was writing these riffs? It's just, you know, they're very cool. So check it out again. We're going to go C to A, G to A, C, A, G, A. That's the whole thing. Now the second half of that part, he's going from this G to this A, and he's riding that A string like that, you know? All right, so listen to that riff and listen to the second part when he switches to just banging down on that A string, okay? Check it out. So you'll notice that's over the vocal line. So the riff is taking up the melody, if you will, or it's coming out, so that's the main focus. And then when Robert Plant starts his vocal, everything gets more rhythmic. Okay, now every time he plays that, it's a little different. But this is a generalized concept of it. So what you're doing. Sometimes that second half, he bends that D a little bit, gives it a little bit of, put some gristle on it, you know, gives it some vibe. But altogether, that's generally it. He's just banging down on that A, you know, and like I said, every time it's a little different. It's pretty, it's moving. He's setting it and just going. But he holds on to that D the second time. So here's the first time. Second time. Did you hear that? If you did, let me know in the comments. If you guys got any questions on this song, please let me know. I love the riff. I think it's awesome. And again, it's just the simplicity that makes it difficult, you know, because I feel like it's one of this riff that in my head growing up when I was listening to it, it just seemed, you know, like there's so much more going on. But not really, you know. But playing it with some vibe, you know. I don't know, I just try and own it. But I know you guys have been lighting me up to saying that I talk too much in these videos. So I'm trying to tone back my my overactive brain. So anyway, let's move on to the next track that I want to talk about on this record. That's cool. That's a cool part. Let's talk about this for a second. Out on the Tiles, right? Starts off in G, right? But he's not playing a G bar chord. He's just playing the root and the roots, and he's muting the fifth. In this case, the fifth string as well. But don't get confused by that. So what he's doing is so there's those, he accentuates that. It's not just, it's, can you hear a difference? Let's listen to it again. Right? One more time, check it out. That tone is amazing too, by the way. I mean, anyway, his tone's insane. So let's talk a little bit about that riff. So it's in F sharp, right? And it's just a simple major. It's too bright. I'm adjusting my tone knob down here. Make it sound a little more like the record. Let's try it one more time. So cool. So it's in F sharp, like I was saying, and it's just a simple like F sharp to your major third, C sharp is your fifth, and then your octave again, your F sharp. So, whoops. Now, let's go over all these notes. So the first walk up is E flat. That's E flat to E. C sharp to A, B to A, B, C, B, A, F sharp. Repeat it. Right? Now the way he wraps that up to pull it back to the chorus. Okay, let's go that one more time. It's the E flat to E. Oops, excuse me. It's the E flat to E part. B to or C sharp to B. A to G flat or G sharp. F sharp, E, F sharp, E, riff. Okay, let's just do that again. We'll do it with the record, so we'll play along with the whole thing. You ready? Here we go. Awesome, right? That's Jimmy Page right there. Now, I just realized that I showed you the walk down, but I didn't show you those hits, all right? So let's just reverse this a little bit. Stick with me. My brain's a little scattered right now, as you probably have seen in other videos. I do this. Anyway, here we go. So it starts off going the... Now here are the hits. A, that G sharp, pull it down to an A. And I try and hit the other strings too, so you get that little bit of tension. Right? And it goes right into the riff. So that is probably the heaviest. I think that's a heavier song than Immigrant. And maybe you guys will agree or disagree with me. But as far as like a hard rock song goes, I think that takes the cake. Immigrant is a rocking song, don't get me wrong. But I think Out on the Tiles wins it. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. So guys, those are my favorite. I know it's only 3, but there's a lot of acoustic stuff on this record and pedal steel stuff like in That's the Way. I'm going to get to that in different videos. But I really just wanted to focus on some of the more like guitar riff, heavy electric riff tunes, if you will. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this and you want to hit that like and subscribe, it'll help me out, help me reach that goal of 5,000 subscribers that I'm going for. And every little bit helps. All the links to my gear and stuff that I'm using in all these videos, it's all in the description. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to 2025. I still can't believe it's 2025. It's crazy. Continue to be good to yourself. Continue to be good to each other. And I hope to see you all in my next video. All right.